Hey, what's going on, everybody? Samuel Akem here, and I'm back with another one. The Grizz got a dub on Saturday. Big dub, ranked win against the 20th ranked team in the nation, UC Davis Aggies. I thought the Grizz did a lot of good stuff this game. I'm going to break it down here. There are some crucial things that I think the Grizz did pretty well that led them to get the win. One, I think their temperament coming into the game was perfect. I think they had a level of aggression and a level of attitude about them that set the tone early in this game. I think defensively and offensively in certain spots, the Grizz were really good on third down. I think Clifton was really good about making plays in critical moments, third and long, some third and longs that we converted, some throws that he made, just there's a lot of good things that he did offensively with his legs and with his arm that I think made a difference. And then the last thing that I think that was really good about this game is our playmakers made plays. Keelan made plays, Aaron made big plays, Junior made plays in the return game. Our defensive playmakers made plays. Trevin had some PBUs. Jackson Jr. had a PBU. Ryder, the fumble to end the game effectively. There was just a lot of good things that happened this game. A lot of things that I think that we haven't seen so often this year. I think offensively, Clifton's getting more comfortable. I think our receivers are getting more comfortable with Clifton. I think they're starting to find their stride. Defensively, I think we're playing with a level of attitude. I think obviously we have Braxton over there making plays, tackling all over the place, but I think this team is just starting to find their identity. I think playmakers are starting to make plays, and it showed on Saturday, getting a big win. No matter what anybody wants to say about it, UC Davis was the 20th ranked team in the country. They were the next team on our schedule. We beat that team that was on our schedule. I just think it's so funny how we win and people have things to say. Obviously, I mean, people are always going to have things to say, but it's just so funny because it's like, if we would have lost this game, what would the things have been said? Okay, so to start this game, 2 plays right off the bat where I think Montana set the tone and let it be known that they're going to be here all day. The mentality was there, the attitude was there, the want to was there. I just think these are great plays to set the tone going forward in the game, and you're going to get a PBU by Ryder and you're going to get a PBU by Nash on these first 2 plays. I think that set the tone going forward. You're going to have the running back motion out here. It's actually going to be a pretty decent route and a decent ball. I just think Ryder made a good play on it. Just a great PBU to get his hands on the ball and knock it out. So this is actually the next play. You're going to have this guy motion over. You're going to get a RPO to the running back, and this tight end's going to slip out on this little slant upfield spot route, something. They're just trying to get the ball to him behind the linebackers. They're trying to get these linebackers to bite downfield and throw this right over the top. Nash is right there to make the play. Second play of the game. 2 PBUs back to back to start the game. I think that's a great tone setter, and I think that sends a message to the opposing team. So here's going to be the first punt return of the game. You're going to have Junior get this punt return. Junior's going to take it back into UC Davis territory, and this is the first punt return of the game. This is going to be, something that's going to set the tone for offense. This is going to be something that's going to swing the momentum in Montana's favor early on in the game. I think momentum can be understated at times. When you have the momentum, you feel like everything's working for you. When you don't have the momentum, you feel like everything's going against you. I think Montana did a good job of not letting things get too out of hand. If UC Davis got a turnover, Montana's defense would come through and make a play. If UC Davis scored, Montana would put a drive together and go score a touchdown. I think they did a good job of playing very complimentary football, and it paid off every time you looked up. So here's going to be that punt return. Junior's going to make a great play and put Montana in prime position to start their first offensive drive of the game. Big play. We know Junior's a return guy. We know he's going to make plays if you get the ball in his hands in space, and he did exactly that on that punt return right there. So this is going to be the first third down of the game. Unfortunately, during this drive, we actually ended up turning over the ball, but I wanted to put this on here because I feel like one of the stories of the game was critical third down conversions for Montana. And this is just an example of that. Junior's here in the slot. He's going to run a great route. UC Davis is in man coverage. Junior's going to run a phenomenal route, make this guy touch earth, aka fall down, and it's going to be a conversion for Montana. He's going to put a little wiggle on in the middle of the route. I mean, just got this guy off balance with those rocker steps and put him on the ground. First down, Montana. You get a really good look at it right here. This is a great picture for us. The defender is on the ground. Our guy is upright and wide open with the ball in the air about to be completed. Just a great picture. Great route by Junior. Great play. Junior only had like 2 catches for maybe 17 yards this game, but he was really effective in the return game, and on plays like this play that paid dividends, I think he made plays when he had to. Okay, so like I said, that first drive we didn't actually end up getting any points, but you're gonna have our defense. Teams always talk about sudden changes. Offensively, you talk about sudden changes when your defense gets a turnover, and vice versa. When your offense turns over the ball, your defense always talks about sudden changes having to go on the field. When you're sitting on the bench drinking water, your helmet's not on, you're relaxing. You got to be ready for those sudden changes. So Montana's going to come out. The first play that UC Davis runs after the sudden change, and they're going to let it be known that, our offense might have made a mistake, but we got their back. They're going to come in and blow this play up immediately and stop this guy for a minimal gain. And who's right around the ball? Braxton and Ryder. But Braxton, I feel like, has been playing around. He's been around the ball all year long, and it shows in his stats. And when you turn on the tape, it shows as well. Okay, so you're going to get UC Davis running this, I want to call it a 3 double cloud look because of the safety, the one high safety that's going to drop and stay in this high third, middle third of the field. You're going to have this guy at the snap shuffle out to a half. You're going to have this guy at the snap run out to a half. This guy's going to stay in the flats. This guy's going to stay in the flats. And there's going to be a couple backers and a hook right here. But given that it's, you got guys playing halves and flats, all this stuff, you can hit the seams, but you also can hit the middle of the field. I think Montana was trying to do that right here. This safety actually ended up driving on the ball pretty well. I think Clifton put the ball where it could go, but more than anything, I think Racanelli made a really good catch, and it's a third down. Like I said, the third down numbers, we were 46% for third down, but there are points in the game where, you obviously see that guys are making big plays on third down, and I think it worked out great for Montana. So Clifton's going to put the ball on him right here, and Sawyer's going to make a really good play. You get to see a better look at it over here. This is the safety I was talking about, playing that middle. I actually don't know what. I think it was a 3 double cloud. It might have been a Tampa. They might have just gotten to it differently. I never seen that before. But this guy's just sitting in the middle of the field, reading his eyes. And Clifton took a chance, put the ball there, and Sawyer made him right. And that's what you can appreciate as a quarterback. You might put some risky throws out there, but that gives your receivers confidence, and that gives the quarterback confidence when you put it out there and these guys make plays. I think Montana did that perfectly. Aaron made plays when the ball was put up to him. Keelan made plays when the ball was put up to him. Sawyer made that play right there. It's just a lot of good things going on offensively, a lot of improvements, I think, being made with big plays being made, plays down the field being made, and third down conversions, keeping drives alive. Just a lot of good things when you turn on the film that are happening in terms of this Montana offense that we haven't seen so far this year. So I think those are great positives going forward, and it makes me really excited for the future. It makes it excited for the rest of this season. Gosh. So right here, it's going to be a 3rd and 12, a 3rd and long. That's another thing that showed up. There was a 3rd and 17 that we converted. This 3rd and long that we're going to convert right here. Just big plays on third down. Third down is a money down. I mention it all the time. You need playmakers on third down. You need guys who are going to keep the drive, keep the chains moving. And we did that right here. We're going to run this screen. You're going to have the center and the 2 guards are going to get out and block. A lot of times it's so funny because, a lot of times linemen aren't that great in space. But they blocked it well right here, and it turned out to be a big play for Nick Osmo. And it also was a face mask towards the end of this play. They didn't end up calling it, but that's how it works when you're Montana. But they're gonna get enough of these blocks here. AJ's gonna get a really good block. Liam's out there. Journey's out there as well. These guys are in space, making blocks. Liam gets enough of that guy, and it's a big play. And there's a face mask right there. They didn't call it, but we should have been down inside the 10-yard line after that, I believe. But just a really good play for the Grizz. I don't know how you don't call this. It's a blatant face mask. Player safety. So I actually don't know if this is something that Montana saw, because I don't think we've really seen this motion of Junior motioning out to the number one receiver singled out so far this year, but I think it really messed up UC Davis. They were pretty confused about this. Their assignments were all messed up, and it ended up being a big play for the Grizz. So this guy's going to rotate over here. He's going to end up playing a third on Junior. I believe this guy's playing a third, and I think this corner was supposed to be playing a third. But if you look at the pre-snap picture, this guy's looking at the quarterback. He's looking at the quarterback. He's looking at the quarterback. He's looking at the quarterback. He might be looking at Junior, but I think he just motioned over there. I think he's in a zone, a deep third of the field. But this guy's looking at the quarterback, but he's looking at the man. So something's not right here. Why is everybody looking at the quarterback? Everybody seems like they're in a zone coverage except for you. These two guys are actually going to bump into each other. Montana is going to run this, what I think was supposed to be a man-beating rub route. So Aaron is going to shuffle up field and come flat, and Keelan's going to try to affect these two guys. I think he was trying to rub this. I think he was trying to get a rub on this corner. I mean, I don't really know what this guy's doing, because he's not covering Keelan, but he's not going to cover Aaron either. He's just kind of trying to sit there looking confused. That's why I think these guys were confused about responsibility, because this guy technically has Aaron covered if he comes inside on this route, but who's supposed to cover Keelan? You know, you got these guys bumping into each other. This guy's opening up immediately, but he's driving on that flat. But number 3 just forgets about Keelan. And it's a touchdown for the Grizz. Big play. Big play. And I mean, that's what can happen when, you know, you get teams that aren't so for sure about their responsibilities. You throw a new look at them. They haven't practiced it so much. They might mess up on the look, and they did that exactly here. And Keelan got a wide open, easy touchdown. Easy touchdown. First touchdown of the game for the Grizz. The Grizz get on the board first. I think that's another big thing. A lot of people have said that the Grizz have been starting fast, but they have to maintain it. I think they did a decent job of maintaining the momentum through the first half. I think during the third quarter, both offenses kind of got stymied, and obviously there were some adjustments made at halftime, so I think that showed. But in the end, the Grizz ended up figuring it out and getting the dub. But I think they did a really good job offensively, a really good job on third down, and you see glimpses of it here and there throughout the game. So this is going to be another play that the defense just blows up on first down, but just another play of the defense just letting themselves be known, getting in the face of the defense, and just, you know, blowing shit up from the snap, blowing shit up, just getting in there and making things happen. You're going to see number 42 go down, shoot the gap. He's going to affect the run. He's going to make the guy shuffle his feet, and then Braxton and everybody else is going to come through and clean it up. You know, they get a minimal gain, if anything. I don't have the stats right in front of me. I don't think UC Davis ran the ball particularly effective. I'm almost positive that we had more rushing yards than them, but I think you see just how we were able to affect them in the run game with these few of these plays that I put on there. And if you watch the film, if you watch the game, you can see that, you know, our defense was playing fairly well throughout the game in terms of stopping the run, in terms of stopping UC Davis's offense in all facets, I believe. So this is going to be a third down. I think there was actually a penalty on this play. I don't know if they call it unsportsmanlike or anything, but this is going to be a third down. Nash is going to make this PBO on this play, and I just think it's another third down that, you know, we had to have it. We made a play, and we got off the field. Just big play. You just watch the game, you watch these clips, you just watch continuously guys make plays on third down. You watch continuously guys show up on third down. You watch offensively and defensively, we were making plays on third downs, and it paid off. So this is going to be a cover 2 coverage. You're going to have this guy rotate to this half at the snap, and you're going to have this guy rotate or kind of stay on this hash, but kind of rotate on this half. It's kind of weird on this side because you're in this wing formation. So you got 2 tight ends over here. So these guys' responsibilities are a little weird, but I think this guy's playing a flat, and I think he was in a half. I see this guy run to a half at the snap, and this guy stays in a flat. This play to me was Clifton just putting the ball up and letting Aaron go make a play. Aaron did that. Aaron got up big time on this play, but personally to me, this was, you know, you can get these throws in this cloud coverage a lot of times if you're willing to throw it. A lot of quarterbacks aren't always willing to throw it. It's a risky throw. It can end up bad if you don't know how to put the ball in there, but I think more than anything, Clifton just put it up and said, I'm going to let my guy go make a play. I trust in my guy. And I think this is going to pay off in the long run in terms of building their chemistry, building their confidence, and building Clifton's confidence in the fact that he knows that Aaron's going to make the play when he puts it up there. Because there's a couple times that he puts the ball up there in this game and Aaron makes him right. Not that he was wrong in the first place to put the ball up there, but Aaron makes it a non-negotiable. So Montana's going to run this like flood concept over here, and Aaron just goes up and makes a big boy play. Big boy play. Just playing above the rim, getting up there, catching the ball at the highest point, and it was a big time play for the Grizz. Big time play for the Grizz. Love to see it. Okay. So for me, this play was not a positive for the Grizz, but I think you can take some positives away from it. So you're gonna have this reverse, and UC Davis is just gonna sniff it out. They're gonna make a play on it. It's not gonna be a good play for Montana, but I think Junior does a good job of not turning it into a worse play. A lot of times when you get these reverses and the play kind of breaks down, the receiver or the running back can try to cut back and make things happen and, you know, shake things up, but I think Junior did a good job of recognizing that the play was broken, and just to get what you can and get back to the line of scrimmage. Don't make a broken play worse. So you're going to watch Junior get this reverse here, and the guy at the D end is just going to sniff it out, blow it up, and Junior just puts his foot in the ground, gets upfield, gets what he can. It might be small, but that does a good job of keeping us in field goal range. That does a good job of keeping us, you know, fairly close to getting a first down, rather than having it 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 15. It's only, or having it, rather it being 2nd and 10, 2nd and 15, whatever it was going to be. We're back at the line of scrimmage and live to fight another down. Just live to fight another down. Don't do too much. Just live to fight another down. Okay, so you're going to have this 4x1 set by Montana. They're going to motion out to it. Junior started in the backfield, motioned out to this 4x1 set. So you're going to get in this 4x1 set, and it's gonna be a 3rd down. You're gonna get a cover 2 by UC Davis. This, I think it's a Tampa 2, just based off how this linebacker plays it. He's gonna get out there on a deep hook. He's not gonna get super deep, but he's gonna get deeper than usual, which leads me to believe it was Tampa. This allows the underneath coverage to be wide open for Keelan on this under that he's gonna run. But you're going to have this tight end push all the way through. You're going to have Junior come here on this motion, and at the snap, he's going to run a wide and slant, and Keelan's just going to run this under now, and Clifton's going to put the ball on him, and Keelan turns it into a big play. Ball on him, make somebody miss, get as much as you can, and get down. I think it was a really good catch. I think it was a really good rack by Keelan, making a guy miss, putting a move on him up there at the top, and just, you know, moving the chains more than anything. The ball wasn't perfect on you, but like I said, these are things that create confidence. These are things that build a relationship with the quarterback and the receiver. The ball's not always going to be perfect. The picture's not always going to be perfect. You have to make those plays. And I think Keelan, Aaron, Junior, all our receivers have been doing a really good job of making the plays when they come to them, capitalizing on their opportunities. So Montana here, this play's going to break down. Montana's going to run this deep over concept. You're going to have Keelan here running this over this direction, and you're going to have Aaron running this over underneath Keelan. The play's going to break down. Clifton's going to get pressure in his face. I think he does a really good job of not taking a sack, not getting us out of field goal range, not taking a negative. He actually makes it a positive play, and Montana ends up getting a first down off of this. It's a free play anyway, but you're going to see him scramble. He's going to get pressure in his face. He's going to scramble. You can't really get a good look at the catch. It's kind of blurry, but Keelan gets the toe drag on the sideline, and it ended up being a first down off of a free play anyway. So that's one thing I think Clifton did really good job of is, obviously we all know he can run. I think he might have had like 100 rushing yards in this game. Maybe not. I don't remember exactly. I know he had quite a few rushing yards, but I think one thing he did a good job of was when he was in pass concepts, when he was throwing and he had to scramble when the play broke down. He wasn't just, we know he can run. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to make things happen, and he did make things happen. This is another play of that. This is another example of that. This play is going to break down. I actually think he had a lot of open receivers I thought he had a lot of good looks before the play broke down, but I think the pressure played a part in him not finding some of these guys. You're going to have Aaron here is going to run this fade route. Junior here is going to run this return route. I think he had Junior if he wanted him right out of the break on the return route. But then what I really think he was looking at is he was looking at Keelan up top, and Keelan's going to win at the top of his route and be wide open. You know, UC Davis is going to run this man coverage. This guy, I think, is going to be covering the running back. So he's going to end up, the running back's going to stay in protection. So I think this guy's going to end up just playing like a hook or watching the running back. But then this safety right here is going to be playing on the tight end, and the tight end's going to run it over. So the middle of the field's going to be wide open. And I think he wanted Keelan on this route concept. So let's watch Keelan at the top. Keelan does a great move at the top and gets wide open. And if you watch, if you watch them both, you see he's about to throw. He's about to throw. And look, right when he's about to throw, Keelan had just got open, but there's pressure. So he scrambled and turned it into an amazing play. But before we talk about Aaron's catch, let's go watch. So I said that I felt like Keelan could have got the ball. I felt like Keelan was going to get the ball. But let's look at Junior here at the bottom too. I think he had Junior right there if he wanted him. If you put the ball in there, I think he might even score. But I think it was a really good route by Junior in man coverage. And this is 3rd and goal. Another big 3rd down play. You keep looking at this game. You keep looking at the 3rd downs that Montana converted. And there was just one 3rd down after the other that Montana made big plays on. And this was one of them. 3rd and goal. If we don't get this, we're probably going to just end up taking 3. And who knows how that pays dividends later on in the game. Who knows how that affects us later in the game. But it didn't end up coming to that. He's got pressure in his face on this throw too. And Aaron makes a play. Great throw by Clifton, but Aaron made a great catch. If you look at this end zone view, you can really see what he was looking at. I think he was about to throw it to Keelan right there. Because if you watch, Keelan shows up right after that. Keelan shows up right after he has to scramble, just wide open in the middle of the end zone. That would have been an easy touchdown for Keelan, but ended up benefiting one of his teammates. And Aaron just made the catch of the weekend, really. You're going to get all the angles here, but Aaron made a play. Aaron made a really good play here. I thought this was awesome by him. I thought it was a great play by him, and really good to see these guys start to blossom in their roles on this offense and their roles on this team, and it's just awesome. So here's just another temperament play, another attitude play. I feel like every time I looked up at some points in this game in terms of our defense, I felt like our defense was putting big hits on this UC Davis offense, and this is one of those. We're going to watch Braxton here. UC Davis is going to run this screen, and you're going to watch Braxton here just blow this play up all the way. Just put a big hit on this guy. They got a gain of maybe 3 or 4 yards, but I think more than anything, one of my points that I wanted to make during this game was just the fact that every time these guys looked up, these guys were putting big hits on this offense, and I think it spoke volumes in terms of going through this game. I just think it played dividends. I don't know what the hell I'm trying to. Okay, so you're gonna have a 3rd and 4. Montana is down once again right before halftime, down by 6. We want some points. You always want to get points going into halftime, whether it's 3 or 7. You want to get something on the board before going into halftime, and Montana's going to do just that. You're going to have this one-on-one route. UC Davis is in man, one high, and man. And, Keelan's going to win now, and it's going to be a big play. He's going to get a gain of like 20, 25 yards, maybe 15, 20 yards, but he's going to win now on the slant. Clifton's going to put a good ball on him, and Keelan's going to get some good rack. I'm actually glad that Montana's going to run a rub down here, and I'm actually glad. I don't know if he had an indicator of this D end if he's wide, or I don't know if he read something or if he saw something in film, but he's not going to go to this direction, and I think it's because this guy's actually going to drop and play like a hook or whatever, but he would have been right underneath the throw if he would have worked this right side. He ends up working the left side to Keelan, and it's a big play for Keelan. Big play. Just win now. Don't waste too much time on the release. And go now. Good ball. And some good rack. Big play. Okay. So this is actually going to be the second touchdown for Aaron. This is a huge play for Aaron. This is another one where I think part of it was Clifton was, trusting in his guy, instilling confidence in his guy. He has confidence in himself. He has confidence that he can make this throw. He did make this throw. UC Davis here is going to be running this, I believe it to be a 3 double cloud. I'm not sure what that safety, middle field safety is playing, but I think he's playing a third. This guy's going to rotate to a half at the snap. This guy's going to rotate to a half at the snap. This guy's going to be playing a flat, and this guy's going to be playing a flat. So as you watch it play out, you're going to have Montana run these 4 verts, and he's just going to put the ball up for Aaron. Aaron's going to snatch it out of the air and do the rest. Watch it down here. Puts it up. Aaron just makes a play. And touchdown Montana. Good ball security. I think that is good. It can go under unstated, but I think it's good ball security by him, given that earlier in the game, number 6, this guy had came behind Clifton and knocked the ball out on a run similar to this. I mean, it was from a run and this is from a catch, but you get what I'm saying. Like, good ball security by Aaron. Finish the play, get in the end zone, don't get tackled inside the 5, and that gave Montana the lead going into the half. But watch him just snatch it out of the air. Just snatch it out of the air, and you do the rest with your legs. Get in there. Great play. Great play. Okay, so this is another play where I felt like Montana was just putting a big hit on this UC Davis defense, on this UC Davis offense, letting them know that, like, what type of mentality they were bringing into this game. You're going to get a run play right here, and you're going to have Braxton, Flink, and Nash are just going to show up and put a huge hit on this guy. And you watch his head just bobble around as they hit him. It just, oh, not Nash, Wilson, Flink, and Braxton. But it doesn't matter who it is. The fact is, this is a big hit, and, I think this speaks volumes going throughout the game, just that every time these guys get a little bit of open and every time these guys see a Montana defender coming to them, they're bringing the hat every time. Okay, now this was the weirdest play just given the situation. There's 37 seconds left in the half. Maybe they trusted their defense that they weren't going to give up enough yardage to give us a first down, but we're kind of in that, if we get the ball right here, we're kind of in that fringe. We're not really anywhere. We can't really do anything. So I guess it's not that bad of a play call. But I thought it was an interesting play call because they're going to fake it. They're going to fake this punt, especially given like Coach Houck and who our coach is and what his bread and butter is. His bread and butter is special teams. So for them to fake this, thinking that Coach Houck wouldn't have coached our players on the basics of special teams philosophy is kind of odd to me, but I'm not a coach obviously I'm not a coach, so I can't speak on the mindset or the mentality that was taken into this, but they're going to run this fake punt and Montana's going to play their keys and be right there for the stop. Great play. Great recognition. I thought it was an odd play call, but obviously they didn't. So you're going to get Junior here motioning inside to number 2 receiver here, and this is the first play of the second half. And you're just going to find Aaron on this. I don't know if it was an in route, but he's going to run this. These guys are going to trade responsibility. UC Davis is in man. So Junior motions in, and this guy points to Aaron saying, I got him. And this safety is going to take Junior. So Junior is going to run through here, I think, just to push this guy out of here. And Aaron is going to run a wide and release, stop his feet, and throw him by and come underneath. Good release. Guy tried to jump him at the line. Good release, 2-hand. He tried to 2-hand jam him. Aaron's going to throw him by, come back underneath, and snatch the ball. This is the biggest thing I liked about this route. He snatched the ball. It's kind of hard for you guys to see, but he snatches the ball out of the air. I think that is awesome. And, in those tight catch situations, that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. And Aaron did that exactly. So I think at this point in the season, at this point in Montana's defensive progression, we have seen so many rub routes. We have seen so many man beaters in these short yardage type situations. And I think this is a situation where Montana had finally seen enough. And, you're not going to run this against us. NAU ran it against us. Who else? Idaho State ran it against us, and all these teams have been running these man beaters against us, trying to get these guys in the flats, trying to get these easy completions, trying to run these semi rubs, and they tried to do it right here. But I think this is a situation where Montana's probably been drilling these rub routes in practice. They've probably been drilling the defensive players, the DBs on, you're going to get rubs. Montana runs a good bit of man coverage, so you always have to be cognizant of other teams running rub routes, and UC Davis tried it, but they were not successful. So you're going to get number 80 motioning. Trevin, I believe, was in man coverage, so they're going to trade responsibility. Ryder's going to come down and cover him, and Trevin's going to rotate up to that middle of the field, that middle third, middle high, one high, whatever you want to call it. But they're going to try to get the rub here on Ryder and get it. I don't know why he didn't try to throw it to number 80. I thought number 80 was a little more open than number 4, but he tries to hit number 4, and Corbin's just on his back. Actually, I know why he didn't get the ball. I know why he didn't get the ball in number 80, because Braxton Hill is in his face, about to lay a hit on him. The running back did a terrible job of picking up the blitz, and this guy Braxton's just trying to run through his face. He's got pressure in his face, so he just tries to get the ball off fast, and he was unsuccessful. Another big third down stop for Montana, but it's not over. They go for it on fourth down. This is an amazing play. This is an awesome play. I think Trevin has been playing really good football. I feel like I say it every week. He's making plays when they come to him. He's got 4 interceptions on the season, and he's just been ascending this year. But this is going to be a really big play. Fourth and 3, 12 minutes in the third quarter. Montana's got the lead by a point. You want to get off the field. Just get off the field. And Trevin allows them to do that, making this play. They try to hit him on this back shoulder, and Trevin is having absolutely none of it. In phase, look back for the ball. Great. You get a better look at it from this angle. In phase, look back at the ball. PBU. Great play. Just a really good play by Trevin. Okay, so the third quarter was really interesting in this game. Nobody was really able to get anything going. The defenses obviously had made adjustments at halftime, so that showed in the offensive production from each team. But there are some points in the game where I think that were huge and critical. Just like I've been saying this whole time, third downs were very critical in this game, and I felt like there were some big third down conversions that Montana made that paid dividends in this game. This being one of them. We're on our own 33, 3rd and 17. We're most likely running this play just to get some yards and punt it away, but Clifton had other thoughts. So you're going to have all these guys run off and block, and we're going to run this quarterback QB draw. Like I said, I think we were just trying to get some yardage, but it ends up being a really big play and a first down. I think it was really laziness by UC Davis and I just think Clifton wanted it more than them. They're dropping everybody in coverage, dropping seven in coverage, so everybody's back. So he's going to get a few yards, but I thought they thought maybe it could be possible for him to get a first down. I don't know if they thought he could get a full 17 on a QB draw, but he did, and it was awesome. And a big play for the Grizz to keep the drive moving. Just keep the chains moving. That's one thing I think we did really good this game, is just keep the chains moving. Just keep the drives alive, keep our offense on the field, give our defense some time to rest, but also get some rhythm offensively. We did a really good job of that, and it paid off. Okay, you're going to get this 3rd and 5 here, and Montana the play's going to break down, but I think Clifton does a good job. He was looking downfield, trying to find if anybody was going to pop open for him. He doesn't find it, finds the check down to the tight end, and it ends up being a first down, a big first down. Like I've said throughout this film, there were some critical points in the game where Montana made first downs where they needed them, and they got them. So, this play is going to break down here, and Clifton's going to find his tight end for the first down. He's getting hit as he's throwing it and just gets the ball out. It might not always look the prettiest, but that kept the chains moving. It might look minuscule, but he kept the chains moving while getting hit. I think it was awesome. So here goes another 3rd down, 3rd and 6. Montana's going to bring the blitz. Number 7, the quarterback, I think his last name was Hastings maybe. He's going to have pressure in his face, and TC's going to be in phase with this receiver. I think pretty decently fast receiver, but TC's right in his hip, and the ball is not good enough, and I think it was affected by the pressure. But just another example of Montana getting off the field on 3rd down. Defense making plays when they had to. Offense making drives longer, not so much converting drives into points during the 3rd quarter, but everybody was making plays when they had to, I felt like, in critical moments in the game. But you're going to get this third down. We're going to bring the blitz, and it's going to be, his throw is going to be affected. He's throwing off his back foot, can't get enough on it, can't get enough accuracy on it, and it ends up falling out of bounds. Great play. Great play. So this one right here was not only a third down stop, but also for me, it was a mentality play. I've mentioned multiple times in this film where I felt like our defense came to the table with a level of attitude, a level of intensity, and they had a certain mentality about themselves where I felt like they were not going to be denied. And they showed that with some of the hits they put on. They showed that with this hit right here. And you're going to see Jace up here. He's going to be playing this cloud coverage. And UC Davis is going to try to run this running back swing route. Number 4 honestly gives a terrible effort on this block, but Jace did a really good job of knifing upfield and cutting this play off for a loss of yardage for UC Davis. Just look at him recognize it. Look how fast he recognizes it, notices it, and gets downhill fast. Knifes through that block. Number 4 is, terrible effort by him. Terrible effort. Honestly, if these two guys block, this play is probably a first down. At the very least. If this guy gets Flink and this guy gets Jace, I think at the very least this is a first down. Jace, this is an awesome play by Jace. Really good play. I just thought that was awesome. Good recognition, great form tackle, and he put him down. Okay, so I think this was one of the turners in the game, something that turned the tide in the game. Eli is going to make a play here on this toss. It's late in the third quarter. Nobody's been able to get anything going all third quarter. All this whole second half, nobody's been able to get anything going. I honestly wouldn't say that this play is even blocked up that great. I think Eli just, one guy stumbled on the edge, and then next thing you know, he's got some space, and Eli turns it into a 85-yard touchdown. But you're going to get Eli out on the edge, get the ball into him on this toss, and, he does the rest. You get a better look at some of the guys he made miss on the end zone, but I did not know he had burners like that. He kind of getting up. I knew he was an explosive guy. I didn't know he had breakaway speed like that. I'm pleasantly surprised about that, and I'm very happy about it. But 22 maybe could have made the play. Got a little off balance right here. Number 3 maybe could have made the play. Number 23 maybe could have made the play. Nobody makes the play. Eli makes the play, and it's a big touchdown for the Grizz. We needed this touchdown, man. This was a big play, and that's what I mean by players making big plays in big moments. We needed a touchdown. We couldn't get anything offensively going. The momentum's kind of just hanging in the balance. UC Davis doesn't really have the momentum. We don't really have the momentum. Somebody's got to make a play. Somebody's got to do something to turn this game. We're hanging on to a 1-point lead, and Eli makes the difference, taking it to a 28-20 game. Now, UC Davis not only needs a touchdown, they need a 2-point conversion to tie the game up. So, we're in a good position. So, you're going to have 2 plays here. You're going to have this 2nd and 11, and Jackson Jr. here is going to make a great PBU on the ball. Montana's going to be in a man coverage, and they're going to try him just like they tried Trevin. Jackson Jr. is having absolutely none of it and gets the PBU here. Really good PBU, really athletic PBU. You get a better look at it from this end zone angle, but just a really good play. They tried him and they were unsuccessful. Great play. No PI. Just a very clean play. So now you got this 3rd and 11. Mind you, it's 28-20, 53 left in the third. UC Davis really hasn't got anything offensively going in a minute now, and they're trying to find something, and Braxton's going to make sure nothing gets going. Big hit. Like I said, every time you look up, these guys are taking big hits from our defense, and this is another example of that. 3rd and 11. We're really dropping a lot of guys into coverage. We're running this cover. This is actually Tampa. We're running this Tampa in the middle of the field. We're running this Tampa 2 coverage, and the middle of the field is relatively open. If this guy really makes maybe Braxton miss, he might be able to make it more interesting, but Braxton made sure it wasn't interesting at all and came in and shut this play down from the jump. Good play. Okay, so this play actually this isn't about the return. This is about how I keep talking about the temperament and the attitude of the team. Like, I just think that we wanted it more than UC Davis, and you see examples of that everywhere when you turn on the film, but this is one to me. You're going to watch number 7. He's going to try to toss number 40. You can't let these guys get in your head. He tries to toss number 40. He's getting manhandled with this block during this game. 40's putting it on him. He tries to toss him, and number 40's just like, yeah, get off of me. Look at him trying to cry to the ref. Bro, you tried to toss him. Why are you the one crying to the ref? Why are you the one crying to the ref? You tried to toss our guy. I just thought that was funny, but more than anything, I thought it spoke to the mentality that we brought into this game. Just like, we don't care. Looking at the ref for help. You're gonna get none. You're gonna get none, buddy. Okay, this was another play that, speaks to just the want to and just the making critical plays when it matters. This isn't a third down. This is a 2nd and 9, but this is a 2nd and 9. It's going to be a design QB draw, but it's going to be a big play and a big moment. It's 28-20, 13 minutes in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's not the biggest moment in the game. Obviously, we have an 8-point lead and we have the ball, but you want to maintain that field position. You want to put points on the board if you can. You don't want to completely take your foot off the gas. Obviously, you want to make sure you're not reckless with the ball or doing reckless things in terms of putting the ball in harm's way. But I think I like this play call, and I like that Clifton really made it into a lot. Clifton really made this play into a big play. I mean, our lineman is literally going to fall at the snap. Gets up, finds work. That's awesome. I haven't even noticed that till now, but Liam actually fell, and I just think this is awesome. He fell, got back up, and found work. Fell, got back up, and found work, and got actually a good block that helped spark Clifton for even a bigger run. Clifton making guys miss, getting down, protecting himself and the ball. Just an awesome play. Really good play. Good effort by everybody involved, and it worked out well. So this is going to be the next play. We motion the tight end and H-back to a wing set over the left. We're going to have this pre-snap motion by the Z, and you're going to get this run to Osmo, and it's going to be another big run to take us down deep into UC Davis territory. Just another big play. Great run by Osmo, really well blocked up by everybody involved, and we're down inside the 20. So unfortunately, we actually ended up fumbling after that drive, but this is another example yet again of maybe a negative play happening for our team, but our defense stepping up when we need them to. We played very complimentary football during this game, and this is another example of that. This guy's going to get this toss on the outside, and it's going to go, this guy's going to get this handoff towards the outside, and it's going to go nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Who's right there? Who's right there on the ball? Braxton Hill. This guy is around the ball constantly during games. If you watch the film, this guy is around the ball all the time, and he's making plays. Awesome. Okay, this is going to be the next play, and this is just a really good play by Levi. These guys were flying around to the ball. This is when you could kind of see the momentum shift. You could kind of tell that things were going well for Montana, things were not going well for UC Davis, and Levi's going to sniff this play out and come make the tackle for a loss. Really big play for Montana during this time of the game to make sure that UC Davis doesn't get anything going offensively. Just a great form tackle for a loss of yardage. So this is that ensuing punt after that drive by UC Davis, and this guy is going to outkick his coverage, and Junior's going to turn it into something amazing. Get us down closer to UC Davis territory and closer to field goal range for us. Big play, big return. Might already be in field goal. We might have already been in field goal position after that return, but I thought that was a really big play. So earlier in this game, we had actually hit a slant similar on this concept. I think it was actually the same concept, but different formation. I think it was 10 personnel when we ran it the first time. This is excuse me, gosh, this is going to be 11 personnel. You're going to have these two run this rub. Junior's going to come underneath on a slant, and you're going to have Aaron on a one-on-one slant up here with this safety, with this corner. But the distinction this time is there's no dropper this way. This linebacker, I believe, is just playing a QB spy, so he's just reading the quarterback's eyes. So I would like to say that he would have had Junior on this route, on this slant underneath, but if he would have looked at Junior, the linebacker probably would have looked that way too. So it's just a weird way to work out. Junior does look open here, but I don't think he would have been had he looked that direction. I think the linebacker's reading his eyes. But Aaron's going to run a decent route here. It just is going to get crowded by this linebacker playing underneath. And I think Clifton knew that as well. I think that's why the ball was kind of on the outside, because he knew that linebacker was going to come over. So he was trying to protect Aaron, but trying to protect from not turning over the ball as well, But if you look down here, it looks like Junior's wide open. These guys get hung up. That's exactly what we want to happen on the rubs like this. You want these guys to get hung up, and Junior looks open. But, I think with this guy playing the spy, it might not have been open. I don't think it would have been open if Clifton would have looked that way. The linebacker's reading his eyes. So you got the score. Montana ended up getting a field goal after that drive. It's now 31-20. 5 minutes left in the game. UC Davis is looking to score. Montana's looking to get a stop, get the ball back to their offense, and close it out. Let's see how it goes. It's 2nd and 10. UC Davis is going to try to run this play action type flea flicker. They're going to try to run this flea flicker. And honestly, I think T-Rail kind of came down for the run game initially, but as soon as he recognized it, he chased to get back in phase and ended up making a play on the ball that I believe was a pretty big play late in this game. He's gonna go down when they run this run fake before the flea flicker, and this guy's just kind of lollygagging around, maybe pretending to block, maybe pretending to run an under. Who knows what he was trying to pretend to do. This guy's just going to run Trevin out of there. They're trying to clear out this side of the field to open it up for this under/wheel route up the field. But watch it play out and watch T-Rail recognize it. Get back. And he recovers and makes a play on the ball. Kind of can see it from this angle a little better. Not really, but you see he got back, made a play on the ball. Awesome. Okay, this was probably the weirdest defensive play call I've seen this year in terms of situationally and just I'm not sure what we're trying to accomplish here. Fair warning, I'm not a defensive coordinator. I've never called defensive plays. I've never drew up a defense. I've never done any of that. But this seems like a weird play call to me. It's 3rd and 5, 1:50 left in the game, and we're up by 8 points. 3rd and 5, the line of scrimmage is right here. We have safeties playing at 5, 10, about 15 to 20 yards is where our safeties are at. I mean, that leaves the field wide open. Montana's going to run this 3 double cloud coverage here. So you got 3 safeties back here. You can't see them, but there's 3 safeties back here. And you're going to have some hooks underneath. These corners are going to be playing flats. UC Davis here is going to run this deep slant/bang route/deep end, whatever you want to call it. They're going to get to this middle of the field, which is where you want to get in this coverage, and it's going to be a first down. But this is also what speaks volumes to this team and how they played this game and the mentality that our defense played with this game. They give up a big play, but they come right back and make a big play of their own. But I thought this was kind of questionable. I would have to talk to coach, obviously, to know why we ran this coverage like this, to know why it looks like this. I'm not sure. It could have been a great play call. Who knows? But they end up getting to the middle of the field, which is what I think they wanted, and they got a first down. So kind of worrisome late in the game, 140 left. They only need a touchdown. So, you're kind of worried. But good things happen when you run to the ball. Any coach will tell you, any defensive coach will tell you, good things happen when you run to the ball. And Ryder's going to do exactly that right here. Ryder's right here. They're going to run this quick receiver screen right here. And the guy doesn't have the best ball security, and Ryder's going to run to the ball, and a good thing is going to happen for the Grizz. Effectively ending the game. Ryder didn't even so much get his hand on the ball. I think he more so got his hand on this guy's arm. But still, you can see the guy toying around with the ball, not putting it away. You got somebody in your face. Ryder hits him, and this guy just cost his team the game. Tough. Well, that's going to do it for my video today. I appreciate you guys tapping in. Montana's got a big road test this week against Idaho. I think they have the capabilities of doing it. Actually, I know they have the capabilities of doing it. It's going to take probably their best game of the year thus far. But I'm pretty confident given the showing that they just put out. If they continue to grow, continue to capitalize off of what they just did this week, I think it'll be a good outcome for the Grizz. You know, UC Davis was a good test for them, 20th team in the nation on the road in conference rival. Well, not rival. They're not our rival, but a conference game that, you know, Montana needs to win, and they did that. So I think it's going to be a great game this week. I think it's going to be a big test for Montana. I think they have the capabilities of doing it, like I said, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. So, you know, I know Idaho State has a really good team, really good quarterback, running back, receivers. They're good everywhere. I think they're good everywhere. I'm not trying to up this team, but I think this is a very good team. I think they have a chance to go pretty deep in the playoffs, and their quarterback, you know, he can run, he can throw. I think this team is well put together, very well coached as well. So it's going to be a good test for Montana. I know they can do it, and I'm hoping we're having a very happy conversation here next week. So yeah, go Grizz.